just do like IG, YouTube, potentially ads. What else?
Email?
Email, of course. Well, cold email then is what it would be because we got our own email inbound.
Yeah, no, so that's exactly. No, so then I wouldn't do cold email probably.
Oh no, cold email?
Well, I'd email these people.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking how we're getting them over to the page. So ads, I say question mark because ads is good for when you're ready to scale, when you got enough buying power. So once you're financially ready, that's going to be what takes you to the next level. But for the time being, these two will still get you clients. So the idea on every one of your videos, or not even every one, like you don't want to get annoying mentioning it each time, but specifically on YouTube, you can get away with mentioning it each time. But Instagram Reels, obviously, it's not good to constantly be hammering it in every video. But the idea is to funnel all your traffic over to an opt-in page, and you will package it in a way that it's a lead magnet. So be like, recorded a whole video on exactly how you can pay 0% taxes, worded it a little differently. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be the same VSL that they're going to be getting.
So in the description, first link, we have this, first link is to this opt-in page.
To your website. And then just put like, click here if you want to learn how to pay 0% taxes.
That's the only thing in description. Click here if you want to pay 0% taxes.
Honestly, as far as YouTube is concerned, there's a bit of a science to it as far as keywords. So you want to put a lot within your YouTube video on, what is going on in the video itself, because that gets YouTube to understand. Because YouTube also does back-end transcriptions to help push it out to where it needs to go. But if you also include a relevant description to the video itself, it'll just help your SEO push it out to wherever. Right. Hashtags as well, back-end tags. You can drop your Insta as well.
Is that where your guy who does $10,
yeah,
he takes $10 a video?
Yeah, he does like the, so like I still do my own descriptions and shit because he doesn't know what I'm talking about. Right. He does, based off my descriptions, he does like triple keywords and quadruple keywords based on the most relevant search presence. It's honestly, it's a software called vidIQ, if you really want to know about it.
Oh yeah,
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's nothing new. I'm honestly just paying him because it's done cheap to save me time, so I don't have to go in and do it. Anyways, opt-in page. Mahir would be able to tell you probably more the side of the copy.
So
that he envisioned.
Sorry, just before we move on, description of the YouTube video. First link is to the opt-in page, to the website. And just link, right? Or like click here. Or
yeah, have a little thing next to it explaining what you're going to be clicking on. So just be like, click here to learn how I can save you 0% taxes.
Okay,
or not even say I can, just be like how you can save 0% taxes.
Okay, then maybe short description of the video and then IG profile, yeah?
Yeah, so pretend this is your YouTube. That's a shit triangle. Fuck. Well,
good enough.
You get the point. Good enough. YouTube logo. That's your video. Below that, so link
to
web to that one, right? And then
description. And a couple sentences will be, I guess, yeah?
Yeah, and then I'll usually do some hashtags just for some keyword. I can show you some of my descriptions. And if you want, for the sake of it, I get a lot of leads. I drop my Insta on every single one. I'm like, DM me if you have any questions. And then from there, spark a conversation. Yeah, just honestly, I do links next to each other up front, so you'd actually want to do an IG link here.
Yeah, that's fine.
You get the IG link. But the main thing is traffic from YouTube will not push over here, and then also IG from CTAs, so CTAs from your Reels, or just from DMs. We also want to push
stories, CTAs,
stories, yeah.
So like, hey, I've got this cool thing on how exactly you can pay 0% taxes. DM me for if you want it. Yeah.
Yep. Bang. Push it over here. So this is your opt-in.
Yeah. So what does the opt-in page look like?
So what you're gonna want to do is have a little sneak peek of the video they're finna watch, and usually on most web developing platforms you can do a little play button. Although it's literally just a thumbnail. So it's just a screenshot, right? But they think if they click on it, it'll do something. But what it actually does, it just opens up a pop-up form to data collect. So we'll put to the side here, pop up,
yep.
and then from there, we're collecting name,
surname, email, phone number, NIG handle.
yeah, if you'd like, social. That one's variable. You may or may not need that. And then just relevant copy. I'll just put copy here. That's Maher's wheelhouse.
At the top, that's like a couple sentences. And
Yeah.
fine. And at the bottom, you said those 3 steps, right? That's how you do it. Step 1, step 2, step 3,
Mhm.
right? To tell them.
Yep.
And then testimonials, right?
So learn how button or learn more button, see how button, just something for them to click on. So they can either click directly on the video, it'll pop up the form, or they can click the learn how button, it'll still pop up the same fucking form. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Alright.
And then if you scroll down, I guess there's going to be step
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, and testimonials, yeah?
Yeah, so we'll put an arrow. If scroll testes. The more the merrier.
So first you have testimonials.
No. I meant towards the bottom. So, opt-in page, you want them to click, if they really want to see, you can put testimonials below. Another way to do it is not have testimonials, but on the VSL have testimonials. It goes both ways. I find them to be pretty convincing to do them up top.
No, so that's fine. Because I know you were telling me when watching my old VSL, you were like, when I explained the steps, set up a US company, get out your old tax system, get into the new tax system, you said you would put them on this page as like a sneak peek of what they're going to get if they click on the video.
Yeah, and me and Maher were debating that. And so here's what we kind of deduced is that if we're asking them to do a 5-minute watch here and then a fucking like 45-minute or here, and we're asking them to get information, the likelihood of drop off gets a little higher. So the idea behind the play button is that they think they can immediately watch it, and so once they click on it, they're fuck, alright, fine. If they're really serious about it. Although it is worth split testing, can't lie, but that's more for ad traffic if you're split testing. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to have good analytics to go off of. But let's say just for the sake of what we're doing here, there's no upfront VSL from what you currently have. I mean, Maher was even saying it'd be worth you re-recording it. And he's a god at scripting shit like that. So he can, I don't know where he's at, but I'm just gonna get through my part. And then cool, so we pushed to pass, we've got their data collection now.
So sorry, no steps, obviously opt in, little copy, video, learn how, and testimonials below. Yeah, that's it.
This is step 1. Yep.
Yeah, and then you click on this video, get the stuff, data collection, and then you go into here. What is this video? Is this a 5-minute VSL or is this the 45-minute video?
This is the 45-minute presentation.
Yeah.
We're packaging this whole thing as a lead magnet.
Yeah. So
they're gonna get to watch a 45-minute. If anything, I know I was saying, oh, it's 45 minutes, but if you're telling them off the bat, it's like a full masterclass. Call it a masterclass because that's exactly what it fucking was. Full masterclass section. I literally teach you how to pay no taxes, blah blah blah, and do an outro at the end. I'm thinking either do an intro or outro and just append it on top of what you already got, just so there's a little more understanding. Now, once we get to the page, they'll actually be able to watch. That's just a little time button, play button. There's you up there doing your thing, right? Okay, cool. And then right underneath. Book a call, and then just like we did before, if scroll test
same testimonials.
Same ones, and it's also nice because you can just recycle.
Videos better, yeah.
Yeah, I mean you could also do videos and text testimonials. Just make sure that they're organized and that they're not like scrambled together.
Just for iPhone, I guess, as well, all this stuff, yeah.
Always optimized for iPhone, but never launch until you're optimized for iPhone or web nonetheless. And then compelling copy as well will be needed. Headline text and then subtext, perhaps below. So
same as here, yeah? Headline, subline, yeah.
Head, sub, copy, right? So now they watch the video, and then if you include like a book call CT at the end, book a call, and then here and here, when I say copy equals offer.
Like, oh, it's
One,
both here and
two.
here.
Offer parentheses mouth-watering. So in your case, it's going to be 0% tax. That's fucking mouth-watering. Holy shit, 0% tax. This guy's gonna do this for me.
That's funny.
And then especially if you include a bit of the ICP within this, like
0% tax for online entrepreneurs.
yeah, exactly. If you hone in even more, 0% tax. That's the headline copy on both. Watch this. So on this page,
Do you
it'll
have
be
a sub-headline as well? Like, is
yeah. You can do a sub-headline, and you know,
which means it's like here, yeah, under here.
yeah, it was something like writing up copy. That's gonna be more on the fly after you got the whole infrastructure built.
Fine.
But yeah, it's gonna be something like you know, online entrepreneurs looking to get like I will show you how I get 0% tax, blah blah. Like on this page, it's gonna be like I'll show you how, and then after they get information, here's how, right? So I mean, I don't know if I need to write that. I'll show you how. Here's how. Now that they've given us information, book a call CTA. But before I even get into that,
Wait, so hold on. So here you say copy 0% tax on entrepreneurs, maybe calling in again. Here's how as well. That's what you'd write as, like, at the end of this copy. Yeah.
you could write that there and then also learn how here as well. So
Here's how as copy and then
no.
how as the button.
Here's how would be here.
Like with an actual button to book a call, or just as copy.
No, this is a button. If there's a
Okay,
this
this
is a
is
button.
just copy. Yeah. Okay.
That's
fine,
copy.
fine. Yeah.
Then up here it'd be learn if you wanted to.
That's fine. That's fine. Learn how.
Yeah. Okay. And then before they even book a call, sweet, we've got the information. Oh, you know what? I just realized. So there's two ways we can do this. I was going off the initial, so we had switched it. We could put a VSL here. Okay. Sorry, hold on. Just bear with me for a sec. So I had the mix. I was gonna say we emailed them the VSL, but or when I say VSL, I mean your 6 minute. So was it 6 minutes?
Yeah.
So 6 minutes VSL here. We're guaranteeing that they're gonna see how, and then the copy here is gonna be copy. It's gonna be something like I it over to you. Cool. I emailed it over to you, and then because of that, over here now, let's say this is a email. You're sending the masterclass via email, and the reason we decided to do this is because now they have it forever. Even if they lose your fucking website, they at least have you in the inbox for, you know, future reference if they ever need. So there's you doing your thing like you had before, right? And so we technically did, cool, we got them over here, but now this VSL is to try to book them in instantly. And so the reason this is important is because, again, this is 45 minutes roughly after edited. And the longer video is, the more likely it is to drop off. So by having a shorter video here, we'll at least be able to try to push more people towards booking a call. And, you know, the copy will be, I just emailed it over. Wish Maher was here to kind of explain how we could get them to still watch this. But, and another thing you could even do, I'm honestly just thinking out loud now, in the email, have it on another link, and then just have a separate website nested, and then you could go immediately back to book a call, or you could do a book a call link on the actual email itself.
So on the actual email that you send, you can say, "Hey, here's a link to my masterclass."
Yeah. Yes.
I guess
Okay,
it's
so
not embedded on the email, right?
it won't be embedded on the email. In fact, if you try to do that, it would just land you in spam because you're sending a file to a brand new person. It's not expecting it, or their email's not expecting it, right? So let me write it a little better visual. So we're now going to email them separate page. This is an offshore page, and what's nice about this is if you ever did want to just shoot some of the DMs, you could, but it's not directly associated to your funnel. And this is where your masterclass lies. So hopefully I only have to draw this one more time.
So this is a separate page on Go High Level, but not part of the original funnel.
Not part of the original funnel, so separate page, and then another book called CTA here, just to try to book them in as well.
And this is the masterclass.
Look, And then you're also still going to have the if scroll testes. Scroll, well, you know what that means. Okay? So either way now, if they click off, we have an email saved with them to make sure the headline's strong. Something like Leo, tax consultant, 0%, I don't know, something like that in the headline so they can remember it easier. And then
as a subject, yeah. So this one needs to be built. This, yeah, and I guess, okay, fine. This needs to be edited. So we've got this one needs to be done as well.
okay. And now,
it's like this page needs to be done as well. This, I guess, needs to be adjusted a little bit. In the sense that maybe I need to re-record really this fucking thing.
Yeah, so. And Maher can give you some 2 cents on that, but he said he liked it, but he said that there's definitely room for improvement, and so if Maher's saying that, then I think you should listen to him because he's really good at packaging VSLs and shit.
Okay.
All right, and then what we're doing on both sources now, either someone's going to immediately book a call, awesome, or they're going to go through the email and book a call later onto your calendar.
Book a call, this is a Calendly link, I guess 3 days out. Yeah.
Yep.
3 days out.
Onto your calendar, and then again, hammer in these fucking testimonials, make sure that they see them. So once again, if scroll.
Can you put testimonials on a Calendly link?
If you nest the Calendly link directly in Go High Level, which you can do, then yes.
Okay. Nest the Calendly in Go High Level, yeah? So that's something we need to do. This one needs to be re-recorded. So, okay, opt-in, copy, here we say a compelling copy, 0% tax, blah, 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 do online entrepreneurs, learn how. Button, if scroll testimonials, learn how, fine. Then click, pop up, they fill the things. They then get redirected to this. This copy is, I emailed it to you. And then here's how. No, so you wouldn't say this now, yeah?
Yeah, that was from earlier.
Fine. And this is a 6-minute VSL similar to what I already have.
Exactly.
Need to be recorded. Book a call. Sub copy. I mean, we'll test with it. If scroll testimonials, book a calendar. Nest calendar to Go High Level.
Book a call. And then if and when they do book a call,
follow-up sequence.
Thank you page.
Call sequence. Oh, thank you page. Okay, what's on that? Is that another video?
Thank you page. They just booked in, so confirm booking. This will help you show up right.
Yeah.
And then I usually will just show like a screenshot of what the email will look like for the booking to make sure that they confirm it. And then if you have any backend automations to send out reminders, which Calendly will naturally do, you can also do reminders. Email.
You said you like to do it 24 hours first and 1 hour before. 24 hour and 1 hour before. And that's through Go High Level or through Calendly? I guess if
Calendly
it's
has it naturally through there, but you can also do it through Go High Level as well. And honestly, setting up a Go High Level calendar is not rocket science. And if you already use a Calendly link for something else, you can assimilate the two. So if you book one on Go High Level, it'll still block it off in Calendly.
Okay. What does this look like, the thank you page? Does it have a video like Will's VSL, for example? Or
yeah, you could record a quick one just to make sure, and in it, hold some authority, literally a couple minutes. You could record at the same time you record this. It'll also have some congruency if you're running the same thing in the same area as well. And then just be like, thank you for booking a call. I want you to respect my time as much as I respect yours. If you're serious about this, then please show up to the meeting. Mainly run into no-shows when you're running ads, but really what this is going to help do, nonetheless, is just provide a little extra layer of authority because we're like, oh shit, this guy's a busy guy. I need to make sure to show up at this call. I've seen other people do it as well. It's like, make sure you're at your desk and maybe have a pen and paper. Or another thing you could also do is, you know what, me and Maher so this is going to be more so for people that watch a 6-minute vid and directly booked in. You could even throw in, make sure you watch that video I emailed over to you prior. That's going to make your sales calls so much easier because they already know a lot of what they're about to get into as far as they already have the high level theory, so you're going to be talking about more of how your service delivery is going to look when you're actually, you know, doing it for them, and the expectations and shit, and the outcome that they'll receive.
Yes. Here you said I want a screenshot of. I want to put a screenshot of the Calendly link of the email
Of
that
the
they're
email
gonna
confirmation.
receive. Okay.
So how you just fake a booking yourself, and then take a screenshot of the one in your inbox. That's
So
what I do.
video, and then underneath the screenshot. Yeah. Do I put testimonials on here as
Yeah,
well?
I was about to write that. Oh. Just if scroll testes. Bang. All right, and then so this is going to apply specifically for ads, but if you did do ads, then this is where your pixel would go. Note, if you did do ads, you would need to divide these two calendars into ad calendar and organic calendar, like I explained in my
And
masterclass.
just duplicate this
Yes,
whole thing.
exactly. Because otherwise, you'll have a risk of ad traffic that came through that never booked in, but then a long time later, they may have re-gone through your email, and then they yes, they do book in and make it to the thank you page, but it's an old lead, and ultimately it can screw up an ad campaign because Meta thinks that they just did something, and they're going to give you a new tick on analytics. They're going to go back and be like, hey, we got you a new booking from this recent ad campaign. This is doing good, and so they're going to keep trying to improve for that. When in reality, it was a lead that came. It was almost a ghost lead, in the sense that they've been out of the loop for a while. We want immediate leads that are coming straight through. We're going to optimize for them. So that's why you'd separate the two.
Well, this was super valuable. One last thing, just so I understand everything perfectly. The one thing I'm missing is now the copy for this email. Yeah.
Copy for email.
For this email where
headline,
you
copy.
send the masterclass.
Yeah, and you want that to be banging, and separate page that moves back over.
No, so that's fine. That's once they click on the link from the email, right? But what does the email say? Like, this email, we need to nail it, right?
Yeah.
What is it going to say?
It's going to be like, so remember, you just promised from YouTube or from Instagram this secret on this mouth-watering offer. So it's going to be like, hey, thanks for your interest. As promised, here's that mouth-watering offer. Just click this link and you can go watch it. Moves them back over to your page, and then there's testes there again for them to continue to look at.
There's mouth-watering offer. So then I guess my question is, what do you need this for? Like, what is this doing? Because you're like, you opt in for this, and then what's this? Like, you opt in to get to watch this. So like, send it to your email, or I'm not just going to click off and just open the email.
So there's going to be a lot of time if you're really going to use this YouTube link.
Which I want to, right?
Yeah,
That's the point.
Exactly. So you may not perfectly have the formula at the end of every single video, where it's like, I have a free masterclass, watch this. If anything, that can get old. So this can also, you could just throw this in your bio too. So someone may not be expecting it, but when they click on the page, they know that they're going to be receiving the masterclass. And this is really just a quick dump to see if we can book them into a call, because there are some people, like I have clients that don't even watch the VSL, or leads that don't even watch the VSL and show up. I'm like, hey, did you watch the video? And honestly, no. I'm so sick of watching those things, but I saw your offer, so I was going to give it a crack. And then also the reason we wouldn't put the masterclass here is because this is some genuine value. So the idea is, at the very least, they'll have this in their inbox now. So let's say they don't want to do it today, or it just doesn't seem like a good time. Like, I don't need 0% tax, which no one says. And then a little later, they're like, oh damn, like I forgot about that guy. What was his name again? Oh, whatever. So this way they at least have a little lob in their inbox.
And this is just a lot more concise version of this.
Yeah, and then in this you even mention, like, honestly, you should start this one off mentioning like, hey, thanks for your interest. I just emailed you over something. You gotta say that in there. I just emailed you over something. Make sure to go watch that, where I explain everything in detail.
Thanks for interest. Just emailed over that masterclass. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is really just your elevator pitch, and honestly, like 6 minutes, I wouldn't go any higher than that, because it's an elevator pitch, short, sweet. See if you can just book the call instantly. We'll do that all day. If you can't, then they may need to be convinced a little more. You got them over here. Because you also have to remember, because this is 45 minutes, what if they're at work, right? And, you know, this sounds interesting or something, and or they're busy doing some shit,
Yeah,
and they're watching this video, they get occupied, close the phone, never see you again. It happens more than you think. So again, having someone stay on a page for 45 minutes over here is a bit of a challenge. So at least they can go back and re-reference it. It just, yeah.
Final thing on this, I guess I need to add a.
He is back.
I guess the hook maybe
Back
I
to
don't
lock
need it,
in.
but I'll definitely need the CTA at the
Very
end.
good.
Yeah, like recorded somewhere else. You think you'd add it at the end? Yeah.
Yeah, at the end, and just be like, thanks for watching. If you want to hear how I can implement this in your business and get you 0% tax, so you can have even more financial freedom. I don't know, just again, make it as mouth-watering as possible.
Thanks for watching. What do you say if you're interested in 0% tax? No, if you're interested in getting my help in setting
Yeah.
this up, yeah. If you want my help, okay.
If you want me and my team, or if you want me to do this for you, so you don't have to waste time, you can keep focusing on your business, and I'll get everything done for you and set you up so that you're compliant and genuinely able to get 0% tax for your business.
Love it. Okay, and just this needs to be a banger, so we
Yeah.
need to like drop even like $200 on this thing.
And so just know, for now, what I just showed is IG and YouTube. If you did introduce ads, then you would have to split the two so that you'd have a pixel down here and that your organic traffic or the old email list isn't ruining our new pixel data.
Okay. Okay.
Bang.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and then Maher will probably run through this again and tell you some specifics on the copy. That's his wheelhouse.
I'll for this as well.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, if you did this on your fucking offer, you're gonna make a lot of money. Like, seriously.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Bang.